So we're here at the DMEXCO 2013 with Christian Kleinsorge he's the CEO of Ingenious Technologies AG. It's a German company? Technology?
It's a German-based company.
Okay, all right.
But we have sister companies in Spain, in Austria, and in Poland.
Okay, so very international. And how was born the idea of this company, of Ingenious Technology? How was the start? Thank you very much.
So the original story was beginning at the beginning of last year when one of the internet investors of Germany, one of the big guys, really told me there is a company in Munich called sept, which lost the board of directors, and and I and a couple of other ex-Zanos guys decided to really take over that online marketing agency. In the minute we had a look at the people, the technology, we said, online marketing agency, not a bad business model, but there is a need in the market for a new business model, which is a technology provider. And there the original idea was born that we say we're going to take the clients of the agency and the revenues, we're going to change that online marketing agency focused on finance and financial services clients into a technology provider, into 2-3 steps, and that's how it started.
Okay. We also have here María de Lorenzo, habla español, así que la unidad española se acaba de sentar, aunque la entrevista seguimos aquí, ¿no? Which are the main needs Ingenious Technology meets for the clients? What are the main core business?
You mean the feedback of the market right now? There's a general need. Online marketing and e-commerce for every advertiser is already strategic. That means everybody needs to really do advertising and online marketing, and e-business, so that's the brackets, is growing and getting more significant. That means that I do outsource everything to a media agency or to a third party is a too high risk. That means people are, by growing maturity of a market, getting things in-house. And that's a trend in advertising we see, that people say, hey, we're getting things in-house, and for in-house I need technology in order to run it, because an OTA, for example, can program all software which is needed to run a website or to manage partners and all the traffic itself. So it needs a provider who's going to give them part of technology to manage it.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the main things we're going to see.
Okay, so companies can outsource your technology needs.
It's a trend to insourcing.
You put it in the companies.
We're going to deliver them the tools in order to run it in-house.
Okay. Regarding Ingenious.net, what are the advantages of managing your own program instead of leaving it in hands of affiliate networks?
Generally, we have the Pareto principle in affiliate marketing. 20% of the publishers do 80% of the revenue and the traffic.
Okay.
And it's always the same people, so you have a certain group of people who will do the business. The rest is long tail, and it's really generating a lot of hassle. Services, fraud, and things around it. So what we say is, the publishers anyhow, do you think if you run things in-house, there's a need of paying somebody 30%, and the guys anyhow. So we say, take it in-house, manage your direct partners, you have a direct relation and a direct management, and use the networks for the long tail. So that's what we see as a major trend. And you get a much better transparency, because for the Spanish market, affiliate networks are intransparent to the advertisers.
Yes.
And we want a pure, professional, transparent business for the market. Okay. And that's how we're going to do it.
Okay. Yeah. So you are trying to make it more transparent in Spain with this kind of German.
More reliable. So transparent for the advertisers. Where do I spend my money? What are the partners? And to avoid fraud and to professionalize.
Hope it will work, and hope the Spanish industry will accept this. Will
You know what? That is so interesting. We had a longer discussion. Maria, you may add something, but that's the reason why the Spanish office will do it a little differently than the German market, who is much more mature.
Yes, yes.
So the clients need a little more services on top of the technology.
Es más complicado, ¿no? En España, well, you have to, no, it's not so easy. Yes, in English or in Spain it's the same.
It's not. I don't think the word is complicated. It's really everything.
Different.
Simple.
Simple. Okay.
It's different in the sense that in Spain, for the time being, and we don't know for how long, companies don't really have the resources necessarily.
Yes.
Budgets have been constrained, and also the market is moving quickly. So for the moment, what companies tend to think is that perhaps if they look at technology, they're also increasing their workload internally, which is not the case with us. So what we do is provide a professional services saying, hey, we don't only cover the technology needs that you have, which we do, but we can also provide you with the people, practically as implants, if you like, professional people specialized in the product who can just take all that workload away and scale the business with you. It would be like us just wearing the the little T-shirt of the advertiser. It's being part of them. It's not really an outsourced service as such.
They told me that you like to speak about big data. So the next one is about big data, no? Yes. Big data is currently in everybody's lips, no? Everybody speaks about this, and also here in this big. Oh, sorry. Okay, so we are asking about big data. It's currently on everybody's lips. Is big data here to stay, or is it only passing fad? Only a mode? You say una moda, no? Fashion. No. What about the big data?
Will change the whole IT industry.
Okay.
Out of a helicopter view. Why? Because it never had been possible to really gain such information about consumers or clients through advertising and e-commerce technology in order to learn where do I invest my marketing euro, in what kind of channel, because I have the information, what is the lifetime value of a client which come in out of this channel. That had been never be possible. So what it actually means is we're going to gain data with technologies like we are operating and developing in order to find out what is my target group, with what client target group or sub-target group I'm going to earn my most money in order to change my spendings. It never had been possible. The technology is there.
Without data, no Amazon possible. No, that's an example. No,
and it's the best example because these are
big example.
Would say the godfathers of big data.
Yes, big data. But in Germany, you are right. In Germany, people. Yes, they are more problematic with big data now, with NSA, now with all these problems with Americans. In Spain, in our country, in Spain, it's not the same, no? So it's a difference, no? Because Germany, big data, sometimes the consumer like this, or not?
We are in Europe, and that means European data protection.
Yes, like this also.
It should be applied, and we're going to guarantee clients that data in our German-based data centers will be safe, because only a prosecutor or a judge can tell us to give our data to somebody.
Yes, not like in the States where they can go to your data.
I don't say, but you know what? Nobody will really push us to give out data from clients, so the data is safer.
It's safer,
And that is a very important message.
That's right, yes.
Because that is so different from the US, and they as well have a different understanding in order to use data.
Yes.
But I'm sure that as well the Spanish people, will realize it very soon that this information, as which I give out as a consumer.
No, they have to realize, but they have enough problems with the crisis and with the politicians, so their minds are on other things.
It's not priority one. I understand. But sooner or later, it is relevant. It will come.
It will come.
And people will care about their privacy.
So it will be good to work with these things at this moment from the beginning. So when the consumer asks you as a company in Spain, that you are prepared for this kind of things.
Plus, we have features which we call first-party cookie tracking. It is a function which we make the advertiser able to track on their own domain. That means the user or the advertiser can get a consent from the user in order to use certain data. And so nobody will realize that our technology is behind, and do not track systems can be worked around with that feature, so that we are already having functions which make sure that all those trends in the market will be incorporated already.
Okay, from the point of the view of a CMO, what are the main assets of multi-channel tracking?
So if you think today, multi-channel tracking, let's keep it in the online world and not multi-channel as a whole. Yeah?
Okay.
In the online world, it's very, very important because certain channels, have certain investments. Investments in branding, in performance. That means with multi-channel tracking, I see exactly in what kind of channel I'm going to spend a certain amount of money in order to gain a new client or a sale or a lead. In the minute I have that information, I can decide with my budget I have, where do I spend my money, where do I focus on, in order to keep in budget or to get the most out of it. Yeah?
Or I can even, be more creative, because if like for example, we're providing big data or any data on real time, so that means that decision making could be quite agile as well based on real data. That means that you can perhaps, a CMO can perhaps try new channels or new partners that he hasn't tried before in different business models, just because they're going to be able to track absolutely everything that happens within that marketing action. Or he might be in a position where he needs to renegotiate existing deals, because actually to get the return on investment that the company needs, maybe he's paying too much in some of the channels. So it's not about just removing the investment, perhaps it's just about tweaking things here and there just to make it work.
Interesting. Ingenious Pay is an innovative and disruptive tool in the market. How would you define it? Why do you think that this is so new, so disruptive?
Yeah, if you think about, if you take your country, Spain. And I would call it the latency of payments. Yeah, I guess the average was 120 days when publishers had print pay. Because there was an agency in between running it, the agency paid late, and then it paid into a network.
20 days, 90 days, very late, yes. In Spain.
Yeah.
Yes.
The new ecosystem we are delivering is, the advertiser will get an account and a bank account with security, where Ingenious does run the system, but behind is a banking system with a whole German security of insolvency, and the publisher gets an account itself. In that minute, the advertiser confirms a transaction, the money will be taken and directly transferred to the account. That means it's cash flow. Immediate. It's an immediate reaction as well. The publishers have the information, it does work. I'm going to put more efforts into this campaign because it works. It has a lot of benefits, for the advertiser and the publisher. So we're connecting the tracking and partnership management with the B2B payment world. Yeah. So
it's more fast and more secure for the publisher, no?
Consolidating. I think what Kristen also is saying really is that even though we consist of three basic, so to say, modules, because our technology is modular, which also helps us be scalable and adaptable to any client needs, then what we do is actually consolidate every single piece of information that relates to online marketing actions within one interface, and that is partnership marketing, whatever is performance-based, CPL or CPA basis, also the multi-channel online tracking, of course, and then this additional module, which of course, is also something that puts us to a completely different level, because we are also saving time for the advertiser in terms of all the paperwork that needs to be done on administration, all the validation of sales,
and the
invoicing, anything.
Compliance.
Exactly.
That means there's an accounting system behind. Every transaction is transparent, and none of them can disappear. That means even the publisher can see the transparency from the advertiser. What happened with my click or my view? That means it really comes together that both sides will really finally see, does it work out for me? Does it pay out for me?
Okay. And why is it so important for enterprises which generate great revenue through online sales to know and track the customer journey? Why?
Yeah, you know, the customer journey is something where today we're having, let's say, remuneration models where the last cookie wins. And I will give you an example. We all know coupon sites where clients at the end of the sales process go on and say, I have a coupon, and they're going to get the coupon into the e-commerce advertiser, they're going to get a discount, and the coupon publishers get the commission. He didn't do anything on the user journey in order to generate the sale. So out of one view, you can say it takes everything, but in between, with a blogger, with a click on search, with a display and things. With a user journey, the advertiser can see how does the user journey through the different channels, and he's able to do with a multi-attribution function, and does do a rev share or a fair model between those different things. And it's very, very important in order to say, okay, my display channel was an assisting model for the search sale. That means I need display in order to run more search business, so the interdependencies will be visible and essential for making my decisions. Okay.
You have some breaking news about Logic Travel, some agreements. Can you tell us something more, Maria?
We are very pleased as a company in international, not just in Spain, to say that just recently we closed an agreement with Logic Travel covering all markets where they have operations in, which so far is 7 markets in Europe plus Brazil. And they have contracted our .NET solution, so they are going to have, thanks to Ingenious, that new sort of private partnership network. And they're also interested, and they have contracted as well the accountancy and billing module in order to just make everything internally more agile. And for us, it's a huge commitment. We're thrilled, but on the other hand, we are already working on it really hard, just to make things work perfectly. And what we'll do is a handover of all this technology, so hand over to the actual Logic Travel, so that the team is able to operate without us needing to intervene in any way unless they need us to. So
it's a very prestigious client.
Yes, congratulations. It's very good. And you, Christian, you know this fair, this congress from its time from Düsseldorf, no?
Yes.
2000, no? 12 years ago, 13 years ago, no? When it started.
2002, I would
2002,
say.
okay, so 12. So how do you see the evolution of this trade fair we are now sitting here?
So amazing.
What can you tell us about your feelings or what you see?
You know what? As I said, I'm one of the dinosaurs. And with 50 years of age, it happened to start with 10. People being on that exhibition. And if you look from year to year, where that one hall grows, and it's such professionalized.
Yes.
That means you can see that our industry got the money for new startups and additional people. So that is very, very healthy. That means, of course, the economy supports, which we're having here in Germany, but it is a very relevant industry. It is professionalizing, and I foresee that will, as well happen in Spain. But it's just a delay. We don't know, how much, but sooner or later it will as well professionalize in Spain.
What do you think, Maria? Because you are Spanish like me. I think not enough Spanish people here. Or you think they are coming more and more? What do you think?
No, there's not enough.
Not enough.
I think most Spanish people I've seen, and I know they really belong to large corporations, like American corporations. So they will request some Spanish people to be present. But in terms of you know, Spanish agencies or advertisers, presence is very poor.
Yeah.
I don't think that seriously, it's for the time being. Yeah, for the time being.
You think it's important for them to be here also, no? To see what happens in the
at least visiting.
Coming here and looking what happens.
But the outlook is changing very much if you look towards the future, because already companies are starting to invest more in different type of profiles for the internet, for online department, and more I think that these kind of people, which is like the new generation really of this side of the business, will probably have, you know, start coming more, and it's going to be a different type of people running online.
More young, more professional, more online.
I think
people who come.
It's more professional, not necessarily more online. Just more professional.
More professional and more international also, no? Since Düsseldorf now much more international, no?
Much more international.
Much more. Okay.
Look, I even see as well, you know, the interdependencies between agencies running the accounts, and as well the maturity of the advertiser, understanding that I need to have my know-how in-house, a certain size. That will change rapidly because it's out of me pretty clear that if you understand that sooner or later you need to be online, sell online, do e-business, what do you need? You need some people who understand the business and run it. Except of doing that as a third party, which just buys and puts people on it, you know? There's always a need for agencies, but the role will change, you know, in your market for sure.
Okay, Christian, thank you. Maria, thank you for your time. Thank you very much.